absolute favorite sweetbread is banana bread, which is weird because I do not like bananas at all, but I love banana bread. It's just so tasty. Now, I have shared with you a low-carb banana bread recipe that I have, but it is not 100% keto-friendly and it is not gluten-free. So today, I'm going to share with you my keto-friendly, gluten-free banana bread recipe. This is probably the easiest bread you will ever make in your entire life. It is so easy, but so good. So if you want a printable version of this, you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, while you're down there clicking that subscribe button, right next to the subscribe button is a little bell. Click that bell, that way you can be notified every time I put out a new video. And while you do that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Line the bottom of an 8x4 inch or a 9x5 inch loaf pan. Now your bread would turn out slightly different depending on what size pan you use. If you use a 9x5 pan, your loaf is going to be wider. If you use an 8x4 inch loaf pan, then your loaf will be taller instead of wider. Also, if you use a 9x5 inch loaf pan, then you won't have to cook it quite as long as an 8x4. If you use an 8x4, you will have to cook it a little bit longer because it will be more thick. I'm using an 8x4, but like I said, you can use either or. In a large mixer bowl, combine 2 cups of almond flour, 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1 cup of powdered swerve or powdered sweetener of your choice. Whisk these all together until they're fully combined and there are no lumps in the powdered swerve or the almond flour. Set this aside, and in a large mixer bowl, mash 2 very ripe bananas. Make sure they are very soft but not black. You don't want black bananas in there because that means they're on the verge of going rotten. So just make sure that they're very, very soft. Add 3 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they are room temperature. This makes for a more smooth batter, which makes for a smoother bread. 1/4 cup of oil of your choice. I usually use either canola oil or melted coconut oil. You can use whatever oil you want. Just remember, some oils have stronger flavors than others, so you want a neutral flavored oil, such as canola oil, coconut oil, grapeseed oil. You do not want something like avocado oil or olive oil. Those will have a stronger taste and will make your bread taste a little weird. So, a neutral flavored oil. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Beat these together on low for about 20 to 30 seconds or just until they're fully combined. Carefully add your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients. Make sure you go carefully so your dry ingredients don't go flying all over the place. Beat on low 10 seconds or just until the dry ingredients are all moist. Then increase the speed to medium and beat on medium for about 30 seconds or until everything is fully combined and you have a smooth, thin batter. Scrape down the sides if you need to. Then pour the batter into your prepared loaf pan. If you need to, you can slightly tilt the pan from side to side just to make sure the batter is evenly distributed throughout the entire pan. Place the pan in the oven and bake it for about 50 to 60 minutes or until a tester comes out clean. Mine took probably about 52 minutes. but everybody's oven is different, so it depends on your oven. If you're using a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan, remember you don't have to cook it as long, so you might want to check it at about the 35-minute marker. See if a tester comes out clean, see if it looks like it's done. If a tester does not come out clean, then just put it back in 5 minutes at a time until a tester comes out clean. And that's only if you're using a 9 by 5. If you're using the 8 by 4 like I am here, then 50 to 60 minutes, or until a tester comes out clean. Once the bread's done baking, remove it from the oven and let it cool in the pan for about 1 hour. You do not want to directly take this out of the pan as soon as you take it out of the oven. It will fall apart. I've talked before and I will talk again about how gluten-free baked goods are very fragile when they first come out of the oven. So you have to let them cool in the pan. So let it cool in the pan for an hour before you take it out. Once it's cooled in the pan for an hour, then carefully turn it onto a wire rack to cool completely. Make sure you let it cool completely before slicing it. Once it's done cooling, slice your desired piece. You can eat it just as it is, or put some butter on it, or however you want to eat it. Just eat and enjoy. If you want a really good quick spread to put on this banana bread or any bread you want, then stay tuned for my 2-minute cinnamon butter. For the 2-minute cinnamon butter, in a small bowl, combine 2 tablespoons of softened butter. Make sure it's just soft, not melted. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Use a fork and stir these together until they're fully combined. Make sure you really get in there and get all of that cinnamon completely combined with the butter. You don't want any dry chunks of cinnamon. Once that's combined, then add up to 1 tablespoon of powdered swerve or powdered sweetener of your choice, more or less depending on how sweet tasting you want your butter to be. Again, use a fork and stir this all together until it's fully combined. Make sure you get in there, make sure all of the powdered swerve is fully combined. You don't want any dry clumps of powdered swerve or ground cinnamon, so really make sure you get it all mixed in really well. Once it's fully combined, spoon it into an airtight container or a mason jar and store it in the refrigerator until you're ready to use it. I like to use this on my keto banana bread. It tastes excellent, but you can use this on any bread you want. It also tastes really good on my keto bagels. You cut the bagels in half and toast them and then put the cinnamon butter on it. It tastes really good and actually makes a really good breakfast. And there you go. Gluten-free keto banana bread and keto 2-minute cinnamon butter. Eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, then click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button. You can leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.